It's Thursday, everybody. Take a deep breath. Let's get started. I'm telling you. Let's see. I've got 89% charge and people are coming into the room. And I got your questions. Last week, we got all the questions from last week, the comments in the comment section. And then you've been sending me questions, and I got a bunch here, so I'll mix them up. We have some fun questions here that were sent in via yesterday's announcement page. Let's see. Hey, Texas and Michigan. We got Eureka, California. Yay! Y'all just load on in. Florida, we're good. Y'all are funny. So, Indiana, I just, all places I've been. Missouri, the Show Me State, Iowa, Oklahoma City, yay, I got friends there. Virginia. Okay, Northern California, we got people in there. So, I'm just going to jump in. How about that? We have a question from let me start with this one. This is from Kate. It's the one I didn't answer last week. That I had to pray on. So I figured I'd just go ahead and answer it. My fiance had offered to help me deal with clutter and organizing, one room per weekend. I don't want to refuse the help, but I'm nervous since I'm only at baby step number 3. Any advice? If you have help, Kate, then take it. Because our biggest problem is we have a hard time making a decision. And if you have somebody that can stand up and ask you questions about things, then go for it. It'll make it so much easier on it. Clutter is what stands in the way of us getting our houses organized. So I remember one time I went and helped Michelle. And she was having some visitors come and she's trying to get ready for, I got to get situated. She was trying to get ready for company to come. And her extra bedroom was like mine always was. Her extra bedroom was just crazy. So I went to her apartment and I said, okay, the stuff that's sitting in the floor of your extra bedroom is linens, pillows, just towels, dirty laundry, all kinds of things. So I opened up her linen closet, and it was 5 shelves of hair products. So I said, I need a 55-gallon Rubbermaid garbage can. And she had one. She went downstairs and brought it upstairs, and I would hold up something, and she said, well, I said, what, how'd this do? Because Michelle has thin hair. And she needs product. You know, we all love products. So I said, how did this work on your hair? And she said, well, it didn't work at all. And I paid a lot of money for it. And I said, okay, then it's going in the trash. And she says, but I paid good money for that. And I said, but it didn't do what you wanted it to do. So she ended up donating it to a friend of hers and mine who is a hairdresser. And she was able to use it on people at the nursing home. How wonderful is that? So we went through all those shelves, and then we arranged her towels and her sheets and pillows and stuff, and left her one shelf for some product, and and a basket for her medicine stuff. And that room was cleaned out in no time. And at the very bottom on the floor was a laundry basket to put her dirty laundry. How cool is that? So, yes, if you can get somebody to help you, then do it. Because having an extra hand and having somebody to ask the tough questions is always a fun thing. So there we go. That one is done. So I'm going to take a question from last week. Here's last week's comment section. Y'all were busy last week. I can't see them when I'm trying to talk. It's just, I can't read and talk at the same time. So I'm just going to read this. This is from Felicity. She says, Dear Flyley, I'm trying to adapt to flying using swish and swipe and working in zones. My question is this. Whilst in the zones, how long are you supposed to spend per day? I work full time. I have 2 children with busy schedules. I also work evenings part time. So life is full on and am I wrong to spend 15 minutes or have I misunderstood? No, you don't have to spend, if you're doing the missions that Rebecca sends out every day, if you're doing those missions, then you're golden. I'm telling you, you are golden, because if you're doing those missions, that's taking care of that zone detail for that week, for that day. So don't get all caught up. When are you the most energetic? First thing in the morning? That's a good time to get things done as you're getting ready to leave for work. Because the missions only take like 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. And you'll be good. So don't beat yourself up. Fly Lady done incorrectly, imperfectly, halfway. Fly Lady done anyway. If you do something, it's better than what you didn't do. So have fun with it. Okay, here we go. I get to make a check mark. Okay, back to the questions that were sent in. Oh, this is a cute one. What is a good way to clean studded earrings? Well, I don't wear studded earrings. I wear hoops. But it's to wear them. If you've got silver, it needs to be polished. But the main thing is wear them. Take them off and wash them with soap and water. That's it. You don't have to sterilize them with, if you let somebody borrow them, you need to sterilize them. But if it's just you, just wash them with soap and water in your hands. Try not to drop them down in the sink, but put a little drop of dishwashing liquid in a glass and put some water in it and drop 2 of them down in there that you've had it on. Go through them one a day. Don't spend all day cleaning your earrings. That's something that a perfectionist would do. But take off a pair, put on a new pair every morning, wash them before you put them on, good to go. It's just that easy. My sister couldn't wait to hear what I was going to say about that one. Okay, let's see. That was from that pile. Let me get another one from last week's comment section. So if y'all got a question, you need to put it in the comments and we'll get to it next week. This is from Stacy. How do I effectively wet mop my tile floors with the mop? I cannot figure out how to wring excess water from the cloth without removing the cloth from the mop head and hand squeezing it. Well, I like to put the water on the cloth before I put it on the mop head. And it's okay if it's a little wet and sloshy. You can take your hand and scrape down. I got one of them right here. Let me show you. You can take your hand and just do this. You don't have to wring it. You just have to kind of use, it's kind of a squeegee with your hand. Let's see if we have the other one here. Yeah, here's the other one. It does the same way, and I've done a video. You just do this, and it kind of gets the majority of the water out of it. Don't get caught up in it being too wet. It's a tile floor. You're not going to hurt putting a lot of water down. If it was a wood floor, it would be different. But I just hand squeegee the water out of it, and it's good to go. Let's see. There you go. Fold this one up. Got a little routine here. That way I can keep up if I've answered them. That's 3 questions a day. Wow, we're on a roll. I'll take another one from last week's pile. This is from Crystal. Crystal says, I have a question about the weekends. Yay! Weekends are coming up. I do my morning and before bed routines on the weekend. But do I declutter on the weekends too? Or do I keep those sacred for the family fun and renewal of spirit? Just curious. Well, anytime we get a wild hair to declutter, you can spend 15 minutes. Sometimes you can do it before you go away for a picnic and have some fun. It's all about, we get urges to do things, but don't let your perfectionism get in the way of family fun and you resting. So take care of yourself through the process, but if you want to declutter something, clutter is the main thing that gets in the way of your routines. So anytime you get that wild hair to declutter something, go for it. But set your timer and stop, and don't pull out more than you can put back in 15. Don't pull out more than you can put back in an hour. And just don't pull it all out at one time. Just precisely pluck the clutter out of the drawer or out of the closet or out of your, go through your makeup and throw your old makeup away. There's lots of ways to do it. But precisely pluck it and then put it in the trash and then go have fun. Okay, another one from the emails that came in. I used to subscribe to Fly Lady Light, having joined. I am wondering if there is a condensed email or other options for getting 5 emails a day in my inbox. Well, Melanie, there isn't. It's 5 or 6 or nothing. That's how it is, because we used to send 12 or 14 out. And at Christmas, we reduced those down to 5. And sometimes there's 6, but most of the time it's 5. And, if you can't handle 5 emails, then you're not ready for the fly washing that comes from these emails. All you got to do is read 1 or 2 and read my musing. I get in your head and help you to think about things. The habit of the month, practicing that habit of the month comes out every day at noon. The flight plan for tomorrow, all the emails you get are essential to making this system work for your family. I get probably 40 or 50 emails in my Gmail account every day. And I just delete. But if you want to make Fly Lady work in your home, you're going to have to read a few of them. It's just not going to happen by osmosis. All those organizational books you have that you haven't read, that you own because you're a book hoarder and you can't get rid of them. Well, you have to read the emails and then you can delete them. If you've got a whole inbox of emails, then delete them all and start fresh tomorrow. Tomorrow's morning musing is pretty good. I just got through putting it in. So, no, there is no Fly Lady Light. You're really getting Fly Lady Light right now. You're getting, this is what was in Fly Lady Light. The Ask Fly Lady question, the morning musing, the habit of the month, the flight plan, and a test to fly. That was what was in the Fly Lady emails. And there was always a testimonial of some kind. in Fly Lady Light. So you're getting those individually. You don't have to click and then go somewhere. They're coming into your inbox for you to read right there. Okay. Okay, we have people, I just noticed someone asking about our Fly Lady store. We have people order stuff from overseas all the time. Jack was telling me that he had a lot of overseas orders this past weekend. So we ship worldwide, and FedEx has a great rate, has done a great rate for our people. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go back to a question from last week. Here we go. Let's see here. Please tell us how to stop the perfectionism. This is from Susan. Okay. Perfectionism is hard to stop. We find layers of it. We're like an onion. We're just this perfectionist onion. And this onion is, we peel back a layer every time we recognize our perfectionism. You know? Every time we recognize that we're doing something that is driving us nuts, driving our family nuts. We don't like to mess up a calendar. That's our perfectionism. We don't like to, there's just so many levels of perfectionism. Working all day and not stopping. You have got to take a break sometime. My hair is just driving me nuts, y'all. I'm going to have to break down and go get something done to it. And I don't want to. I want to let it grow so it'll go behind my ears. It won't quite go. I got this happening. But yes, we have our recognizing it, writing it down, and when you realize you're doing something that's that perfectionistic attitude, then you can stop it. You can say, okay, I can do 2 minutes. I mean, that's why we tell ourselves we can't do something all the time. We don't have time. It's because our perfectionism is going nuts on us. We don't have time. When we tell ourselves we don't have time, what we're really saying is we don't have time to do it right. But we do have 2 minutes. 2 minutes here, 2 minutes there. You can get a whole lot of stuff done. You really can. So peel that onion, folks. Let's peel the onion. And let's get down to those layers of perfectionism. Okie dokie. Yes, she's quoting me, Donna is. Housework done imperfectly still blesses your family. Housework done incorrectly still blesses your family. Housework done wrong still blesses your family. Okay, here we go. This is from Brenda. I've been trying to do the routines for a while now. You have a great system. I had a question about how do I get my pet hair up. I'm either vacuuming 2 to 3 times daily and still have dog hair everywhere. Please tell me what I can do to get control of the dog hair. This is a fly baby from Mississippi. It's Brenda. So here's how you get control of dog hair. Let it go. Take your dog out and brush it outside and they'll love it. They'll lay down and have the best time. I remember Michelle used to brush Ginger, and Ginger would have these big wads of hair. There'd be a whole new dog after she'd get through brushing. And then the dog hair would be down for a while. But then the hair starts falling out again. And, pamper your dog. And that's going to help with the dog hair. It really will. I have 2 dogs and 2 cats. And we have hair. And we have a rubber scrubber. And a rubber sweeper. And our little mop that gets hair up. And what I found with this mop and these little fingers, you wet it and you don't even have to sweep before you use it. You run through the house with it, and it gets up dog hair like crazy. And just don't. Now, if you got a toddler, make a place where the dog can't get to. You know, if you have a toddler that's going to be putting everything in his mouth, but you didn't say you had a toddler. You said you had to vacuum 3 or 4 times a day. So I think take your dog outside and brush it 1 time a day. You're going to help get rid of a lot of that dog hair. Okie dokie. I love this stuff. This is working well. I don't feel like I'm stammering while I do these questions. Okay, this is one from last week. This is from Paige. Paige says, my question is about your cleaning cloths. Is there a difference between the silver, bronze, and purple cloths, or is it just the color? It's just color. They're all the same fabric. In fact, I don't even have any of them in here. They're microfiber. They're 16 inches square. And I use purple ones in my bathroom. I use purple ones in my use silver ones in my car. I use purple ones to take makeup off. It's just color. That's all it is. Just a bronze color. That's all it is. So, silver color. Now, I like the silver for the windows. I don't know why, but I do. Because, you know, it just looks good. The purple ones have a lot of dye in them. And you need to rinse those in hot water. Wash them in hot water to help get that dye out of there. But once you bleed all that dye out, they are amazing. And I use them for everything. There's nothing I don't use. But you can color code them for bathroom, kitchen, car, you know, just however you want to use them. I use 2 on the arms of my chair in the living room because the fabric on the chair rubs on my arms and I don't like the way it feels. It's a textile thing. And so I put the bronze rag down because it matches the fabric on my chair, and I have them as antimacassars. Is that what it's called? Yeah, that's what it's called. Where's Robert when I need him? He's playing chess. Okay. Next time, going to the ones that were mailed in this week. My question is for you. I have just stumbled across you this week, and you are an answer to my prayers. Oh, thank you. But being a flybaby, I have 3 kids under 5. How do you suggest I start? I'm a little confused by all the information. Okay, this is from Sarah. Sarah, I want you to go shine your kitchen sink. That's where we all start. And you have this little army. They're all under 5, but your 5-year-old can do a lot of things, and you keep the other ones corralled close to you while you're doing things. We got to focus on getting that sink clean and shiny. That's your first habit to practice. And then next thing you got to do is pick out your clothes for tomorrow and get dressed first thing in the morning. And things are going to start working in your favor. You are going to be amazed at how much you can get done when you're dressed to those lace-up shoes. Start with the kitchen sink. That's how you get started. That's how I started. That's how everyone has started. So, go shine your sink. Okay. Let's see what we got here. This is a comment. This is from last week. From Lynn. I have been reading your plan for years and have never accomplished following it completely. Are baby steps the best approach? Yeah, I got a new book. Came out in March or April. It's called From Chaos to Clean in 31 Easy Baby Steps. They work. They really do work. If you'll start implementing those baby steps, even if you just implement half of them, you're better off than you were. So keep it going. You're going to love this. And if you've been reading my plan for years, that makes me sad that you don't feel like you've accomplished anything, because I'm not getting to you. And I want you to feel the peace that I have felt through my routines. And for some reason, I'm not getting through to you that you got to go shine your sink and you got to lay your clothes out for tomorrow. My voice is getting scratchy. My son brought back the Peruvian virus when he went to something, and I think I caught it yesterday. And I don't usually get sick. I hadn't been sick in years. Knock on wood. Okay. Baby steps are the best approach, but, just go shine your sink, get your shoes on, get dressed, and you're going to see changes happening. When your shoes are on, you can do anything. You really can. I need a hanky. Where's my hanky? Sorry about that. It was behind me. Okay, let's see. This is from the emails. Hi, Fly Lady. I'm afraid. It is expected, though. I am to have surgery soon, and they are telling me recovery will be a long process. I have 2 weeks, and I'm not even allowed to get up to do anything but go to the bathroom. Then it could be several months before I'm fully recovered. My husband came home the other night and said, our home is an oasis. Wow, that's beautiful. And I am so proud of how nice and peaceful our home has become while using your routines. Can you recommend some things that I might be able to do before my surgery to help keep things from getting out of control again? You're going to love this. Build a simple control journal for your husband to help you. He's so happy with the way the house looks, and just show him what you do with your morning routine. Now, I know you're going to be in bed a lot, but get up and get dressed. You're going to feel better, even if you're laying in bed or on top of the covers. You can rest better if you've got clothes on as much as you can, because people are going to come and visit you, and you don't want to be in your gown tail. You really don't want to be in your gown. So if you can get up and get dressed, you might have to have front button-up shirts or something. I don't know what kind of surgery you're having, but rest. Get him to help you, and, use this time to read. Catch up on your reading. Read one of my books, but don't beat yourself up because you can't do things, because your job right now is to get well and to recover. That's your job. That's all it is. So take care of yourself. Spend the time resting the way you're supposed to, and don't beat yourself up. Now, if you're in the bathroom and you can wipe down the counters while you're in there, then that's not a whole lot of work. I wouldn't be bending over too much with swish and swipe, but, show him what you do before you go in the hospital, because he uses the same bathroom you do. So show him how to swish and swipe. But guess what? Even if he doesn't do anything other than take care of you, that's enough. Because when it's all said and done, you can recover the house too. It's not a lost cause. Yay. So, taking a break now. We're 30 minutes in. I have to show you our new water bottle. I love this thing. I just got one. It's so cute. It comes with this lid. But we have two alternative lids. It's 18 ounces. And this one, this is what it comes with. So it's great because it's got a little hook on it. But this comes off. Watch this. It comes off. And we have another type lid. This is the lid that my son likes to use. It's a flip top lid, a flip sip lid. See how it does? And then this is the one women like. It is a flip. There you go. It's a flip top straw. And then it closes back down and it's sealed up. These are great water bottles. So if you've been missing us having a water bottle, now is the time to get it. Now, this comes with, the straw is much longer. You have to cut the straw off to fit the inside of the bottle. So do that, and it's got a little hook on it too. But people love our water bottles. They hold ice for 24 hours. So if you're going to be in the bed for 2 weeks, this is a good thing to have beside you. It's not too heavy for women. You'll love it. Okay, and then let's see. This is our new extra large head. Let me show you how big it is compared. It's hard to show. This is the difference. It's about 4 inches. And this one comes with the chenille cloth. This one comes with the chenille cloth. So you don't have to buy an extra chenille cloth unless you just want to. And then, you know, school's starting. Our kids started back yesterday. They had their first day. And this looks backwards right now, but have you got your calendar? Justin brought me up a new one. It's good to go. These calendars will save the day. And there's my Chaos to Clean book on the back. It's all backwards too. Anyway, get your calendar. Kids are bringing home those calendars. The school calendar. So sit down with that school calendar. Get all the vacation days in there so you can plan around it. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to take another question from last week. This is from Clara. How do you store or display photo albums and wedding albums? Well, I don't. My photo albums are on a shelf beside the TV. But I also have all my CDs in there, in the photo albums too. They look really pretty. So I have photo albums that look like CD albums, and they're all up on this shelf, and that's how I display them. Above it, I have a shelf for our family pictures, and I like the way our little living room looks. It's got pictures of Justin and his family and my grandchildren, and then there's Robert's grandparents and my grandmother, and it's just a lovely little shelf that he made for me this spring to go above all the photo albums. So that's how I store them. If you haven't got your pictures in an album yet, that time will come when your house gets to where it's peaceful. You'll have something to do. And for the lady that was going to have surgery, you can play with pictures and have some fun. Play with your phone, read a book. But that's how I display my photo albums. Now, I did buy several at one time, which cost, I wanted them all to match. That's the perfectionist in me. I recognize it, but that's what I wanted, and I could afford it, and that's what I bought. And I bought them all at the same time so that I would be able to put my CDs and all that stuff in there. And I like the way it looks. Okay. Here's another one from last week. Children's toys. This is from Crystal. How do I organize them? I want to get rid of them. Well, that's a good idea, but you can't get rid of all of them, and some of them are precious. So you give each child a bin, a Rubbermaid bin, that they can keep their favorite things in as they outgrow them. And that way they can rotate things in and out of this bin as they don't like other things that they've decided they don't want. But I want you to divide the toys into seasons. There are 4 seasons in the year. We're getting ready to come up on fall in a couple of weeks. About a month, I guess it is. But fall will be here before we know it. And if you'll start dividing the toys up into seasons, then each season or every month, however you decide to do it, but divide them up into 4 boxes. And then you bring one out each season. And then by the end of the season, they've got more toys and other things. You go through the toys that are there and discard the ones that are broken. That means put them in the trash. The ones that they have outgrown, that are, a danger to little ones in the house, you may want to hold those aside to the next quarter, next season. So rotating the toys in and out, put them on a shelf in the garage, and put them in a sealed bin so spiders and stuff don't get in there. And then you can pull them out. You'll have fewer toys to pick up and put away. You'll have only 1/4 of the toys to pick up and put away. Imagine that. Not every toy is pulled out of the toy box. And going through those toys and getting rid of the things that are broken, that were cheap to start with, that you gave in at the grocery store and got them a toy and it didn't last 5 minutes when you got home. Get rid of those things because they haven't looked at it in a long time, and just put them in the trash that are no good, and then divide the others out into 4 boxes and rotate them in and out. You could rotate them every month if you wanted to. That'll keep them fresher. Okay, somebody says I look healthier. Well, I went to the doctor yesterday, everybody. I went to see Dr. Brown at the Ashwell Clinic in Asheville. And she has this wonderful practice. I pay her $100 a month. And she fills my prescriptions for little or nothing. I mean, I only have one prescription, and she fills that for 3 months worth for $5. So it saves money like crazy. And she's guiding me, and she's telling me what's going on. We did all the blood work. She looked at my blood work, and I was diabetic. So she said I needed to lose weight. Well, I've lost 20 pounds. But I've done it my way. I know what works for me. And I've been reading books on longevity is one of the books. And I watched Forks Over Knives, a video she wanted me to watch. And so I've given her books to read too. And she's reading them. So, it's kind of working out pretty good. I got something going on right here. She was impressed, and she said, well, I want you to eat more fruit. I said, I'm not going to eat fruit. Too much sweet. I need to keep my insulin down. If my insulin is down, then I don't gain weight. And so I said, that's in the book that I wrote. It's in Body Clutter too. But I learned about this from a book called Why We Get Fat. And the more insulin we secrete, which is a hormone, the more storage we do for the stuff we eat. So if I stay low carb, and I'm eating green leafy vegetables, I'm eating a salad sometimes twice a day, I'm having eggs, and I'm having, I'm full. I'm eating meat. Now, she said, we've pretty much gone meatless at her house. And I said, I just don't think I can do that yet. I'm not ready there, because there's not really a whole lot of things that I eat other than meat and green leafy vegetables. I don't eat a lot of root vegetables because they're high in sugar, and I just kind of keep it lean. I'll eat. Last night I had fish and a big salad, and wow, I was good. I'm trying to get my steps in. I'm not great at that, but I'm not over exercising to where I'm killing myself. But I've doubled my steps from just a week ago, and I'm on this streak. So I'm 5 days in a row getting my steps in, and I'm excited. I got my fitness tracker, and I'm good. But things are doing well. Justin doesn't give me the Peruvian crud. Okay, here's another question from last week. From Laurie. Hi, Fly Lady. Thanks for all the encouragement you give us. I wanted to ask what you are doing with yourself. You are looking younger to me. Well, I guess I just told it. Well, that was a premonition, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm keeping my sugar down, and I'm letting my hair grow. That's a summer thing I wanted to do, is to let my hair grow so that I could get a different hairdo. I haven't had a new hairdo in 20 years. So I needed a change. Sometimes we just need a change. And my hairdresser sent me a little text the other day. She says, I miss you. Evidently, Michelle was probably there. And she said, I miss you. And I said, well, I'll be there before long. This hair is it's getting there. It's a lot of it too. It's really thick hair. So we'll see how long it gets. And I've been looking at pictures. So if you have some good ideas for a new hairdo for me, send them to me. Because she said something about a bob the other day. And a bob, I'm trying to grow my bangs out. And then Robert said, oh, you need a Dorothy Hamill. My husband knows about haircuts. This is just the funniest thing. I almost died laughing. Anyway, I'm going to get a new hairstyle. So we'll see. Okay. Also, I'm not taking the medicine she wants me to. I'll take it for my blood pressure. Oh, and I quit drinking coffee. Can you believe it? I was having spikes in my blood pressure in the afternoon, and it was going really high, and it was upsetting me. So Patty read in some book, and my sister, and so we decided to do a test. So we've been a week now without coffee, and I'm not having spikes in the blood pressure. I think I am sensitive to caffeine. I know I like some caffeine, that's for certain. Anyway, so we'll see how it keeps going. This is from Kara, and she has 3 questions for me. I will do one of them, and then we'll see whether we go with that. I have a few questions, but I understand if you can't answer them all. Here they are. If I had to choose between the daily flight plan or decluttering in the zone for 15 minutes a day, which should we choose? No, you're thinking too hard. You're thinking there's no choice. The flight plan is the mission for tomorrow. And then the rest of it, the second section, is your morning, afternoon, and evening routines all rolled into one little thing. So you need your own personal morning routine, your own personal afternoon routine, and your own personal evening routine. I give you the gist of it. If you have other things to do, like make lunches and that sort of thing, clean out backpacks, all that stuff, then that's fine. But you're thinking too hard. Don't think too hard, because you got to declutter for, zone cleaning is the mission. It's in the flight plan. That's all it is. That's it. You do that, you're doing the zones. Okay. Here is question number 2. I feel like the press secretary. I could never remember them, though, if I had to do what they had to do. I feel overwhelmed by swish and swipe with our 3 bathrooms. They very well may need it every day, but upstairs often gets missed. I'm pregnant and climbing stairs can be a problem for me. Is it okay to do the downstairs bathroom daily and the upstairs every other day? Well, if you sleep upstairs, then do it before you go to bed. And then you're going to tuck the children in, do it in their little bathroom, but they need to be doing their own bathrooms. So, yeah. I also have a scoop and sweep routine for the upstairs bathroom, as we have a litter box in each one. So swish and swipe and scoop and sweep takes me a little longer. Well, that's okay, but you piggyback something on something you're already doing. That's a great idea. We have this tool, and I'll show it to you next week. I don't want to get up and leave you hanging and then go in the bedroom and get it. But it's like a diaper genie, except it's a kitty litter genie. And it has these little bags that you tie a knot in, and it goes down in there, and then you scoop the kitty litter into it. And my husband loves this thing. He absolutely adores it. And it makes him happy because he doesn't have to take the kitty litter stuff out into the woods every day. He can collect up a big bag of it. Got it on Amazon. It's just a kitty litter genie, and he scoops everything into this thing, and we got 2 cats. Next question. My kids were interested in the Fly Kids over the summer, but now that school has started, they started to have not complied with my request to do it, and I don't want to become a power struggle with them. Is there a way to engage them with positive motivation? The boys are 7 and 9. They're just the perfect age. And I don't say that word perfect very often. 7 and 9-year-olds love to check things off a list. So develop them. We have a student control journal. And in that student control journal are their morning routines, and it's me talking to them. In fact, on the front of the control journal, it says, "Parents, keep out." When you have this student control journal, and you have one for each of them, they can check things off. Put their morning routine, get ready for school routine, in a sheet protector, and put it on their bathroom mirror, or put it on their dresser, or hang it by the door as they head out the door of their bedroom. That way they will have it. And, hang a dry erase marker on it. If it's in a sheet protector, all they got to do is mark through it or put a check mark by. You can even draw boxes on it for them to check things off so they can go right through it. And they'll be so excited to get all their routines done. They'll come down for breakfast having done everything they needed to do. And you hadn't had to say a word. Somebody put a link in for the student control journal. Thanks for your 3 questions. I get to check something off now. Pow. This is good. Real good. Got a few more minutes. This is one from last week. This is Rosemary. I have a favor to ask. Someday on your live videos, would you please tell us about your faith background? Perhaps a short testimony of how you came to know Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. I would really appreciate it. I have had people ask me about you as someone to recommend. Thank you very much. Well, I don't have... my friend Angie asked me one time, she said, "What's your testimonial?" And I said, Angie, I was raised in church. When I got to be old enough to be baptized, I knew that I knew the difference between right and wrong, and that it was time for me to be baptized. I was 14 years old, and I went down front in church and got baptized. I was raised in the Church of Christ, and that's my background. It's just that simple. But I don't have this epiphany of a testimonial. I've had some wonderful things happen to me, but I walk with the Lord every day, and He helps me to help y'all. That's just how it is. This is my calling. It's my doctor asked me yesterday. She says, well, when are you going to retire? And I said, I don't intend to retire. And she said, what do you mean? Everybody looks forward to retirement. And I said, I love what I do. It's who I am. It's helping people. It's changing lives. And I do not intend to retire. And she said, I said, I guess when I retire is when the good Lord tells me I'm supposed to step down. I figured it'd be stepping down to 6 feet under, but, that's just how it is. I don't want to retire. I'm happy. I'm doing what God put me here to do. And I know everything that we went through as children has prepared me to be who I am today. And I thank the Lord that His blood covers all my sins. And I sin every day, but I ask forgiveness, and I'm walking with the Lord. Okay, let's see. Y'all got some tough questions. I've teared up quite a bit today. Let's see, it's bad when you see tears on your own face. Okay, this is from Michelle with 2 L's. I work all day and hubby is home all day and night. Is it wrong for me to be mad when the same dishes and laundry are in the same place they were when I left for work? How do I get hubby to help? Signed, annoyed and tired. Well, I gave it away, Michelle. Yes, it's wrong to be mad. If you want him to do something, you have to ask kindly. And what I tell women all day long is, you've got to clean the house for you. He's not going to see it. He is not going to see it. He's not made that way. I don't know what he's doing all day, but then, he doesn't know what we do all day either. So if the dishes are bothering you and the laundry's bothering you, put a load in before you go to work, and then put it in the dryer when you get home. And don't fuss, and don't be mad, and don't play a martyr, because you're going to make him not want to be with you. And then you're going to be left doing it anyway, all by yourself. So what's the alternative? To fuss and carry on, or get it done. And I'm a get it done kind of girl. I don't wait on somebody else to do something when my arm ain't broken. And my husband's the same way. So let's get it done, and quit waiting for him to read your mind. That ain't going to happen, girlfriend. It ain't going to happen. He doesn't know what needs to be done. Now, if you build a control journal and you show him, but you got to ask kindly. And don't pile on. Just say, can you empty the dishwasher? He might not know where things go. When Robert doesn't know where things go, he just sets it on the counter. And I know where things go because I decided where things go. Now, when he gets in there and changes my pantry, I don't know where things are then. When I travel, that's what he does, is he reorganizes the pantry. But once he's got it his way, he's happy. But don't fuss. Don't fuss. And don't expect him to read your mind. That ain't going to work. Because it just doesn't matter. It's not their fault either. It is just not their fault. Because God made us differently. Women are the nurturers. Men, they want to provide and take care of their families, but they don't know how to take care of a house. It's not in their wheelhouse, so to speak. So you do what you can with as many hours as you're working, but 50% of our members work outside the home and they get things done. And what about these military wives that are staying home? They have to do it all by themselves. Single women have to do it all by themselves. So you're not really special. I know I'm being tough, but you can't fuss about this. It just is not good for you. It's not good for your marriage. You married him and he had some good qualities. Now you sit down and figure out what those are. Make a list of what his good qualities are. Find a baby picture of him. You can't be mad at a baby picture. You just can't. So you've got to pray about what's in your heart, because if you have anger in your heart over dirty dishes, then there's a problem there. And you need to get some forgiveness for that. And you need to forgive yourself. And just go wash it. And the time it takes you to write that little note to me, you could have put the dishes in the dishwasher. Okay, here's another question. Got 4 minutes from Cheryl. I live in a new development near the beach. This means we have dust and new construction, empty lots, sand blowing off the beach. What a place. That's a great place. Got lots to be thankful for there. I pretty much keep up with the dust with the feather duster. I high dust doors, tops, and ceilings with the extension on my vacuum cleaner. But when I walked in the bedroom yesterday, the sun hit the wall just right, and I could see where my husband had straightened the painting and disturbed what appeared to be a huge wall of vertical dust, 14 feet high, even the hallway at such an angle. Well, I don't have one in here, but we have this multi-wand on our website, and it will screw onto our mop handle on the end. You have to take the cap off of the end of the multi-wand, and you can reach probably 14 feet high with it. And and it's a long stick, and it's got the microfiber fingers on it, and you'll be able to get that dust off that wall. She says, I've got shoulder and balance problems. The idea of, no, don't stand on a ladder, but our little multi-wand and your mop handle will do the trick for you. It really will. And if not, you get your husband to do it for you. I get to check another one off. There we go. I think we got time for one more. One more. I tell you what, time flies when you're having fun. I got it. Well, it is not a question. This is a sweet testimonial from Peggy. I introduced my mother to you and your approach a few months before her death. It gave her a measure of peace, knowing she could accomplish what she wanted 15 minutes at a time, until she was too weak from cancer. You have changed my life too, and I will forever be grateful to you. Never going to retire. How sweet. One of the sweetest testimonials I ever got was from a 16-year-old whose mother had passed away, and they had put the Fly Lady logo on her tombstone. Yeah, I couldn't imagine who would want that. But she got ready. She knew she was going to die, and she got her family ready, and she got the house in order, And she built a control journal so her 16-year-old daughter could help her little siblings. And, you know, anytime you can make somebody's life better, do it. Just one little thing can make a big difference in people's lives. I know I was in a shoe store not long ago. Michelle and I were in this shoe store, and the lady behind the counter, her name's Kelly, and she just went nuts on us, and she started crying, and she says, "You've helped my mom so much." And her mom passed away a few months ago. And, you know, I've kept up with Kelly and her children. She's gotten married, and wonderful things have happened in her life. And she's at peace. She is at peace because she has routines. The routines have changed her life. They can change yours too if you will just start with that shiny sink. That's all you got to do. Just that shiny sink. Well, I love you all, and I will see you next week. If you put any questions in the comment section, Patty will grab them, and we'll have more. We still got lots of questions. We got enough to last next week, but hey, who knows? We'll be ready. I'll see you later. Bye.